catch me if you can.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing you my Amy review. So, I'm going to keep this as basic and simple as possible so that like everybody can get a grasp on it. We're not going to be talking about frames in her attacks, but they do seem to be pretty short. So, overall, I think Amy is a pretty decent character. Her rapier moveset does play a lot different than Raphael's, which is what my main concern was going into this. So it's good to see that they're actually changing it up a lot to make it like different enough. And her actual sword styles themselves are greatly different than Raphael's himself also. So only a few variations of them, which I use some of them in this gameplay, actually resemble a rapier in general. Most of them kind of look like short swords. So, overall, I think she's different enough to actually be warranted in the game. Hopefully you can use this gameplay to figure out whether or not you want to actually use her. I think she's pretty quick. She is pretty fast. A lot of her moves, though, do take some getting used to, and some of them actually take a little bit of strategy. Like, for example, she has her rose throws, which are kind of intermittent between her movesets in order to throw an opponent off an attack, mainly because her range isn't the greatest, but she does have a lot of stabby moves forward, so that kind of counters that. She also is pretty quick on her feet, so when she's using her 8-way run, or when she's actually doing an up attack or a down attack, they can fend off pretty quickly, especially if the enemy is from close range. You are going to have to watch out for characters that utilize Aswell's style, perhaps maybe Keelik, but if you can get in close range, her stabby moves should be able to get the job done. She has, in her chain combos, a lot of stabs and splits. I didn't actually see her transition into a reversal edge in any of her actual combo strings, which is great. So I'm pretty sure that that was part of the patch from 1.3 that I talked about in my last video, which will be at the end of this end card, obviously. So, overall, like, her being combined with the new patch, I think makes it a lot better for me. She easily can, like I said, take you to task when it's close range. She's not as fast as someone like Taki, or Maxi for that matter, but Maxi is also a different kind of character because you kind of have to get into his combo strings before you can actually start picking up movement speed. But Amy has pretty moderate to fast movement speed off the bat. You're going to want to be doing a lot of flipping and running around the opponent and countering with the rose throws to go into combos, especially at the stabby combos. Her damage is moderate, so it does take a little bit, but she is overall pretty fun and versatile to use. I'd say she's like a mid to short range character. You can utilize her stab moves, like I said, for that mid range if you're trying to get in close, and then run in for the kill because she's pretty fast. Besides that, she does have a couple counters, similar to what we see with Raphael, particularly with her triangle and circle. I'm sorry, this is on PlayStation. The triangle and circle combination buttons, so like she'll do a couple counter moves. There's like a down counter and a forward counter, and those are great to utilize if you're trying to avoid taking serious punishment from a combo chain and you want to switch up into a rose throw to get that opening that you desire. Her special move is a little bit tough to pull off, but other than that, I think that she's actually a pretty versatile and pretty good character. If you haven't picked up the Season Pass and you've liked Amy in the past, or you like that kind of mid to short range character style, then you're definitely going to want to give her a check out. If I was going to rate her out of 10, I would say that I'd give her a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. She's not someone I'm going to be using all the time, but I will be maybe using her style for a creative character or two. I'll probably use her here and there, sparsely and sporadically. More importantly to the effect, if we're seeing her story, which I'm thinking about uploading her entire story, just in case people want to get a taste of how she plays, which will probably go up today if I do that. There is heavy reference to Viola, which is the form that we see Amy return in Soulcalibur V. Now, I'm not sure if, like, this is setting her up for future DLC. It may be the case, because we do know there is another pack in the works, but I don't know if this is setting her up for that, because we pretty much have a lot of those characters, like, in the forefront of our heads, and it would be kind of strange to have Viola in the game with Amy, I will say that, since they're the same person. There is no real time travel in this game. If you bring up Zasalamel, he's just immortal. He doesn't really travel through time. So, it's kind of, like, unless they do some kind of thing where they transform Amy into Viola in the game, and as she's being controlled as a puppet from Aswell, which he goes into in the story, then I can't see them actually putting her in the game, like I said, unless they actually make her, like, an alternate, but I can't see them doing that. I mean, I could be totally wrong. They could add Viola to this game, but I think it would be more setting her up for a sequel. But I know that some people disagree with me. I wouldn't be too honestly upset if both of them were in the game, because they utilize two completely different weapon styles. If you remember Viola from Soulcalibur V, she actually utilizes this, like, orb thing and a claw on her hand. So I wouldn't mind seeing them both, and it would tie well into, like, the whole Aswell thing, but if she comes back as a DLC character in a second season pass, we're only going to get, like, a very brief story with her. So I don't know if they would either do that, or since this is like a soft reboot, tie her into the next game as part of the story. Like, perhaps have show the transition of Amy into Viola or something to that measure. Besides that, there's not much else to say about it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you liked Amy, if you like what you see, if you're planning on utilizing her, or if she's just going to be one of those characters you kind of ignore because she's not your style or play style. With that, we're going to bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my friend Rich at Ragaroth. You'll find a link to his channel in the description box down below. And as always, guys, stay powered up. Peace.
Blackpink for way 사거리 동서남북 사방으로 running in a bucket list 싹 다 버려 널 당기는 것도 멀리 밀치는 것도 제 멋대로 하는 bad girl 조금 싫어하고 누가 뭐라 하던 with a bass drop it's another bang 두 번 생각해 흔한 남들처럼